Kivumbi yachilewo mukunyagala wakabe Grace Smart. You are not appearing on count 1. Who was in count 2? But the first count, it's aggravated robbery. Where it's alleged that on the 18th day of May 2024 at Manja village in Rwengo district,
omwezi ogwokutaano 2024 ku kyalo Manja ekisangibwa mu Rwengo district.
The other three accused whom are charged who appear on the same charge robbed Kayondo Margaret her green sweater.
Wappa omukyala gwe wayita Kayondo
robbed the other three accused.
Bwe gataliko babba Kayondo Margaret
her green sweater, mobile phone, handset, common 12, black in color, was 730. And immediately before, during or after the said robbery, threatened to use a deadly weapon, that is a short, sharp knife. Sticks. They used it against Kayondo Margaret. No, they. The second count is aggravated robbery, contrary to section 266 and 2671B of the Penal Code.
Count eyokubiri okuppisa eryanyi ak'ebikawaayiro 266 ak'okubiri ssemateeka wa Uganda 128.
Kivumbi yakileewo Mugumya Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Elias Smart, Sebufu Edward, Elias Eddy Mutwe, and others still at large on the 18th day of May 2024 at Manja village in Rwengo, robbed Techno Smart 8 phone and jumper valued at 400,000 from one Rebecca Drake, and immediately before or after the said robbery caused grievous harm to the said Rebecca Drake.
Kivumbi akileewo Mugumya Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Omulamuzi Smart, nawe nyini Sebufu Edward, ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 ogwokutaano 2024 ku kyalo Mani ekisangibwa mu
Manja,
Rwengo district, mwabba essimu ya Techno Spark 8 ne jampa batibalamu $40,000 egya Uganda. Oluvannyuma mwatuusa ebisago eby'amaanyi ku Rebecca Drake.
That count is simple robbery contrary to section 266 and 2671 of the Penal Code Act.
Count eyokusatu kubbisa eryanyi akawaayiro 266 ne 267 ssemateeka wa Uganda 128.
It's alleged that Kivumbi yakileewo Mugumya Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, known as Smart, and Sebufu Edward, known as Eddy Mutwe, and others still at large on the 18th day of May 2024, Manja village in Rwengo district robbed a mobile Spark 20 phone worth 470, cash 200, and national identity card, all valued at 870 from Murungi Roda, and immediately before or after the said robbery used act of violence against the said Murungi Roda.
Kigambibwa Kivumbi akileewo Mugumya Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Omulamuzi Smart, Sebufu Edward Eddy Mutwe, ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 ogwokutaano 2024 ku kyalo Manja ekisangibwa mu Rwengo district, mwabba essimu Spark 20 nga bagibaliramu $47,000 egya Uganda, ssente enkalu $20,000, national ID byonna ne babiberamu $87,000 nga byali byamu Mulungi Rogers. Era oluvannyuma mwamuteekako akajagalalo yennyini oyo Mulungi Rogers. Mwakozesa eryanyi, yes, Mulungi Rogers.
The fourth count is simple robbery contrary to section 266 and 2671 of the Penal Code. It's alleged that Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Elias Mark, Sebufu Edward, known as Eddy Mutwe, and others still at large on the 18th day of May, Manja village in Rengo robbed 200,000 from Omulamuzi John. Immediately before or after the said robbery, used the actual violence against the said Omulamuzi John.
Kigambibwa Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Luyeita Smart, Sebufu Edward, Eddy Mutwe, n'abalala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 ogwokutaano 2024 ku kyalo Manje ekisangibwa mu Rengo district mwabba emitwalo 2 okuva wa Omulamuzi John era oluvannyuma Omulamuzi John.
This count is simple robbery under section 266 and 2671 of the Penal Code Act. It's alleged that Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Elias Smart, Sebufu Edward, Elias Eddy Mutwe, and others still at large on the 18th day of May at Manja village in Rengo district robbed mobile phone Techno Smart Spoke 7 worth 320 from Sechito Haruna, and immediately before after the said robbery used actual violence against the said Sechito Haruna.
Kigambibwa Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Omulamuzi Smart, Sebufu Edward, Eddy Mutwe, n'abalala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 ogwokutaano 2024 ku kyalo Manje ekisangibwa mu Rengo district mwabba mobile phone Techno Smart Spoke 7 emitwalo ng'eweza emitwalo 32 egya Uganda okuva wa Sechito Haruna era oluvannyuma mwajjayo ekisi ne mukisonga mu Sechito Haruna.
The sixth count, you are not charged on this, but you have the right also to know this is assault occasioning actual bodily harm, where Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Elias Smart, and others still at large on the 18th day of May 2024 at Manja village in Rengo unlawfully assaulted Musasi Zainab, thereby occasioning her actual bodily harm.
Kigambibwa Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, Omulamuzi Smart n'abalala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 ogwokuna 2024 ku kyalo Manje ekisangibwa mu Rengo district mwatuusa obuvume ku mukyala gwe bayita Namusazi Zainab. Gwe toliiko Chivumbi Achileo gwe toliiko ku buno tobuliko gwena charge. Kuliko Chivumbi Achileo, Mukootti Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace n'abalala ng'ennaku z'omwezi 18 ogwokutaano 2024 ku kyalo Manje ekisangibwa mu Rengo district mwatuusa obuvume ku Namusazi batuusa not you batuusa Namusazi Zainab ku mubiri gwe bamutuusako obuvume.
Okay, this is the summary of the case. The Directorate of Public Prosecution shall at the trial prove the following: that 1, the accused Chivumbi Achileo is a male adult of sound mind, a resident of Nasana East, 11B zone, Nasana municipality in Wakiso district.
Chivumbi Achileo omwami asooka ng'ategeera bulungi ng'era mutuuze w'e Nasana ekisangibwa mu Nasana municipality Wakiso district.
2, that the accused Mukootti Gaddafi, also referred to as Eto, is a male adult of sound mind, a resident of Nanuwadde zone, Wakiso district.
Mukootti Gaddafi ng'era mutuuze w'e Nawadda ekisangibwa mu Wakiso district.
That the accused Wakabi Grace, Elias Smart, also referred to as A3, is a male adult of sound mind, a resident of Nasana East 1 zone in Nasana municipality, Wakiso district.
Wakabi Grace Omulamuzi Smart naye nga ye muwabiro owokusatu ng'era ategeera bulungi mutuuze w'e Nasana East ekisangibwa mu Nasana Wakiso district.
For the accused Sebufu Edward, also known as Eddy Mutwe, herein after referred to as A4, is a male adult of sound mind and a resident of Rugoba Kawempe Division, Kampala district.
Omuwala Sebufu Edward olumba muyita Eddy Mutwe ng'ategeera bulungi mutuuze w'e Lugoba, Kawempe Division, Masaka District, Kampala District.
While the victim, Kayondo Margaret, is a female journalist, 38 years old and a resident of Chimanya, Kabonera, Masaka City.
Kayondo Margaret, ng'era munnamawulire alina emyaka 38, ng'era mutuuze w'e Chimanya, Kabonera, ekitandibwa Masaka City.
The victim, Namusazi Zainab, is a female adult, 28 years, a resident of Nyendo, Mukungwe, Masaka City.
Namusazi Zainab, myaka 28, ng'era mutuuze wa Nyendo, Mukungwe, Masaka City.
The victim, Mukalazi John, is a male adult, aged 36, a resident of Nyendo, Mukungwe Division, Masaka City.
Mukalazi John alina emyaka 36, mutuuze wa Nyendo, Mukungwe, mu Masaka City.
The victim, Aruna Sechito, is aged 38 years and a resident of Nyendo, Mukungwe Division, Masaka City.
Aruna Sechito alina emyaka 38, mutuuze wa Nyendo, Mukungwe, mu Masaka City.
The victim, Rebecca Drake, is aged 30 years and a resident of Chimanya, Kabonera Division, Masaka City.
Mulungi Rogers alina emyaka 29, mutuuze w'e Mukootti.
Rebecca Drake, number 9.
Rebecca Drake alina emyaka 3, mutuuze w'e Chimanya, Kabonera, Masaka City.
Then the victim, Mulungi Rogers, is aged 29 years and a resident of Mukootti village in Masaka.
Mulungi Rogers alina emyaka 29, mutuuze w'e Mukootti village mu Masaka City.
On the 18th day of May 2024, the victim, Kayondo Margaret, went to Manja village, Lwengo district, to cover the burial of the late Pasco Sekasamba.
Ennaku z'omwezi za 18 ogwokutaano 2024, eyawaaba Kayondo Margaret yagenda okukwata omukolo Emmanja mu kyalo Manja ekisangibwa mu Lwengo district, yali afudde baali bamuyita Pasco Sekasamba.
She was accompanied by other journalists like one Namusazi Zainab and Gertrude Mutyaba.
Era yawerekerwako bannamawulire banne nga Namusazi Zainab ne Gertrude Mutyaba.
And they arrived at around 11 and started covering the burial.
Batuukedde nga ku ssaawa 5 batandika okukwata okuziika okwo.
Kayondo Margaret was covering the event using her smartphone, taking the common 12.
Yali akwata omukolo ogwo ng'akozesa smart common 12
with 2 SIM cards,
nga mulimu sim cards z'essimu 2,
0701
namba eno 0701
962333
23
and 0772866579. After a while, a one Chagulanyi Robert Santam, known as Bobby Wine, arrived at around 2.
Katio, omukulu gwaita Chagulanyi Robert yatuuka ku kuziika okwo ssaawa nga 8.
Out of nowhere, the agents of Chagulanyi Robert Sentamu, that is 82, accused number 2, that is Mugumya Gaddafi, among others, approached Kayondo Margaret and asked her what she was covering. They started beating her up. Namusazi Zainab, who was amidst them, started shouting, telling them to stop beating her colleague.
Namusazi Zainab yabagamba tumukuba amulekerawo mukuba kuba mukulire munnamawulire.
Started shouting.
Natandika okuwoggana.
Etu forcefully pulled her leg. Fortunately, she did not fall down, though she sustained pain. Naye ekyennaku tiyagwa wansi naye yafuna obuvume. At the time, Namusazi Zainab was holding a camera, common black in color. Namusazi Zainab yali akutte common black mu color nga nzirugavu. He was holding a camera. Ng'akutte camera. One known as Eddy Mutwe, that is F4, joined and asked the agents to stop what they were doing. Omuwabiro okuna amanyiddwa nga Eddy Mutwe yabatuuke n'abagamba basubalekerawo bwe baali bakola. In that instance, A1, that is Chivumbi Achileo, and A3, Wakabi Grace, jumped and grabbed the camera lenses and pulled it off. After a few seconds, he handed it back to her and announced that it was no longer working.
Amidst
all this, Eddy Gaddafi hit Kayondo Margaret's head. She fell down, and her phone fell down as well as she hit her face on the ground. And other agents, including A1, A2, and A3, started beating her. While she was on the ground, she observed some of these agents had short knives and big sticks, which they used to randomly beat up people. Kayondo Margaret realized her life was in danger and she decided to lie low. The many agents, included A1, A2, and A3, stole her green sweater and her mobile phone handset, Common 12, black in color, with 2 SIM cards, 0701, 96, 33, and 077286 6579. There was also another man putting on a face mask who was also part of the soldiers or agents. In that scuffle, the accused person attacked one Lubega Drake. They boxed and beat him with fists and sticks. He lost his consciousness, got an injury on his lip, and the third lower right molar, and they stole his jumper and mobile phone, Techno Spark 8, valued at 400,000. Later, after the incident, Lubega Drake went to the hospital to get treatment. Later, he reported the matter to police. At the same event, Mukalazi John was standing in a tent near Honorable Abedi Wanika. In a tent. When Honorable Wanika got up to speak, F4, that is Eddy Mutwe, who's common to the victim as head of Honorable Chagulanyi's security team, sped straight to stop Honorable Wanika from giving a speech. Mukalazi John then came in to rescue the situation and F4 pushed him aside. He fell into the hands of A2. Instantly, A2, A1, and F4 and others who beat him up seriously and stole his 200,000. He was later rescued by the security officer of Matthias Ipuga. Still about the time Honorable Dr. Abedi Wanika had stood up to make a speech, supporters of Chagulanyi Robert Sentamu who were dressed in red, including A2, A1, fought Murungi Rogers, stole his phone, Techno Smart 20, Spark 20, worth 470. 470. Wallet which contained his national identity card and cash worth 200,000. That Haruna Sechito was also attacked by the scuffle in the scuffle
ne Haruna Sekitu naye bamulumba mu kakyawakana
by the accused persons and the other security personnel of Honorable Kyagulanyi Robert Sentamu, namely A1, A2, A3 and A4, who beat him up and stole his Techno smartphone Pop 7 valued at 320. The different complainants reported the matter to police. The suspects were traced and arrested and were charged. The accused persons were identified by victims. The victims were examined
police form
and one Kayondo Margaret suffered a blunt trauma on the left nose. The injury was 2 days old. Namsa Zainab had a painful sprain on the left knee. It was examined a month after the incident. Mukalazi John had a 2-day-old bruise on the left eye. Vega Drake suffered a mild bruise on his lower lip. He had fresh lacerations and he had a missing third molar on the lower jaw. All the accused persons were examined on police form 24. Police form 24. What is hard? You say police.
Police.
Everyone was found to be a male adult of sound mind with no observable injuries. It was found to be a male adult of sound mind with no observable injuries. It was found to be a male adult of sound mind with no observable injuries. That F4 Mutwe was found to be a male adult of sound mind with minor bruises and swelling on his body. And swelling on his body. The camera and the lens were recovered, photographed and attached to the file. Prosecution shall rely on the following evidence. Police form number 3 of Kayondo Margaret, Vega Drake, Mahangi Rogers, Mukalazi John, Sechito Haruna, Namsa Zainab. The police form 24 of Chibumbi Achileo, Gaddafi, Wakabi Grace, known as Smart, Sebuko Edward, known as Eddy. Whereupon the prosecution shall contend that the accused have no defense, plausible defense, hence shall be convicted as indicted. That is the summary of the evidence as prosecution shall rely. You are hereby committed to High Court for trial. The lawyers can get copies of the indictment and the summary of evidence.
Let's have one high request.
Yes, as I stated, you are committed to High Court for trial, and I take concern of the higher prayers of your lawyers. You are remanded to Mukootti Bay Prison in Zira for specialized treatment. I still remind you that you have the right to apply for bail in the High Court through your lawyers and all any other applications that can be made.
God bless you. Wonderful. We just pray that God be pleased to give us a 2-minute interaction with him in light of the circumstances. Very complete. Just 2 minutes. You can bring you most of them.
Under here you can, because when you get out,
Sindise mu High Court but remind bakimuteredde Mukootti Bay, so tusabire Eddy Mutwe kankana obwedda kyengezaako balaga ku kamera kankana kusanyalaze gaali mangi n'amazzi manya wotawati byesimanyi naye nga agamba bamukubye amasanyalaze mangi kankana Eddy Mutwe obuluma ayina bungi, so mumusabire. Abaire bekirizibwa okusabibwa mu High Court, so bamusindise mu High Court we bagenda osabira bail, so bamukomitinze kyebayita Committal. Remand to Mukootti Bay, bamuweeredde remand.
So you're done? Yes, but that man is still there also. I'll give him the Hey, others. Politely.
Mkubwa. Eddy zaya atuddewa bweru tulabe Eddy bamuwadde Committal ate ne bamusalamu okumutwala Action Bay kyebagenda mutwala webale nyo Fefe Busi nkulabye wabadde live Fefe Busi webale okulemera ku nsonga tena okugoberera ensonga ezenkyukakyuka oli waddala the smallest lapa kufayiro baliko abantu abana konke emisango giri mukaaga kufayiro baliko abantu bana naye emisango giri mukaaga
Galo yagbo ubwawe bagukoze
katodda wajja ddala ogenda kubuukawo mu bbanga
simanyi oli mutabani wa Mukootti
wekusayiro gyoddukamu nga batambula mpolampola olinga agamba wansi waliyo kyagobayo
olutalo nga luwedde tuliyambale ngule olutalo nga luwedde tuliyambale ngule tuliyambala our power NUP everywhere NUP people power our power everywhere NUP everywhere people power our power olutalo nga luwedde tuliyambale ngule olutalo nga luwedde tulizimba People power. Egenda kowa kubanja muganda Eddy Mutwe. Kyewunyisa olunaku olwaleero ne baleeta omuntu ng'ali mu mbeera mbi. Ebbanga Eddy Mutwe lyamaze mu kkomera nga bamuwa zi painkillers. Ekyewunyisa n'omulamuzi yennyini embeera eno Eddy Mutwe basooka omuleeta ng'alabika bubi. Eddy Mutwe tabbangako. Eddy Mutwe si mubbi era twagala okulabula kubanga weewuunyise olunaku olwaleero be baleeta ababawaabira bava mu Nyendo Mukungwe baali bagenze ekyokukola ky'emmanja kiwangala. Twagala okutegeeza Yoweri Museveni ng'okozesa bamatrasi mpuuga nammwe be bawaayo ba Margaret Kayondo nga muli mu kubonyaabonya bannansi abaana b'abantu ne mukaabya mama Eddy Mutwe amaziga amazima ga Katonda mu ggulu. Oyo yenna yesigamye
ani agamba nikitegeeza butuki jasi bwoba tomanyi kintu sirikangako
mumulabye yenna bamugira empingo zamugira omutunuulira azimbye ali bubi. Abaana abato n'omwana omuwere ali wano omwana wa Eddy Mutwe amazima ga Katonda mu ggulu muhoozi bye wakola okola ng'otulugunya Eddy Mutwe. Abaana ne babeera mu basement gy'oli mugamba mune president waffe ogenda mutwala. Tetugenda kukoowa kuyijja mu kooti kwa Eddy Mutwe tabbangako. Bannayuganda abali eyo temuva ku nkyukakyuka. Eddy Mutwe ali strong yadde omubiri munafu naye kye tusemba nakyo twagala okusaba abalamuzi kubanga nammwe tubatadde ku test ogenda ne basaba bail mu high court abantu basindika busindisi makomera babazi painkillers. Eddy Mutwe ageza n'afa. Bannayuganda ekiddako tujja kuba tukitegeera. People power. Power. NUP everywhere.
Basabo ne banyabo njogeranga Ssentebe Eddy Mutwe gy'abeera ewaka ekatooke. Amazima ndi witness ku kyendabye ku Eddy Mutwe bamuleese nga yenna akankana. Omusajja n'akaabira mu kooti negamukkirize ng'enna enzijanjabibwe. Ekkomera ly'Oluganda lusobola kuba mu ddagala lusobola kujjanjaba Eddy Mutwe. Nsaba gavumenti ya Uganda ete Eddy Mutwe bagende bamujjanjabe. Twafiirwa Sseggirinya bwe tuti tetulidde kufiirwa Eddy Mutwe. Eddy Mutwe bamute Eddy Mutwe agenda ajjanjabibwe.
Ate nga n'okufa kwa Sseggirinya kwava ku kooti eno era ey'Emasaka twajjanga wano ne tulaajanira Museveni ote Sseggirinya ne tugamba Museveni n'abalamuzi kooti eno yasalira Sseggirinya era yali mu kutulugunya abantu baffe aba NUP. Era mu mbeera eno bannayuganda mulwane n'ekiwamba abantu ekigenda mu maaso. Yoweri Museveni lwaki osiba bannansi ng'ebisolo? Bakasooka bajje boogereko.
N'ekisinga nze okunneewuunyisa nali ndowooza nti Eddy Mutwe alina kye yakola General Muhoozi obusungu obwo bwonna okumukuba okutuusa ku ekyo ddala yali anyiize lwakuba nti babba esweta n'essimu eby'abakuumi ba mwami Mpuuga bana Eddy Muhoozi n'Empuuga gambuse n'omwena mwabugatta kaakati mulwanyisa bannansi n'okwesabira tutandike okusaba nga tugamba kale batuyambe batutwaleko eruzira ewali eddagala. Omuntu atuse n'okusaba nti asaba tutwala luzira naye tuliyambala engule netulategera abamukuba bote bakwatibwa abakuba Eddy Mutwe. Omulamuzi oyo agambye nti basisinkana Eddy Mutwe ayina abagamba be bakuba ne babapako obusibe nga balina minor injuries ne bukuluzi. N'olwaleero Eddy Mutwe tatambula bakwata ne bamukuba amabwa gwalina obulamu bwe buli mu kateba kakamaanyi ennyo. Abo tebagambibwako naye ekiseera kigenda kutuuka eri mpologoma kati ekaddiye ekiseera kyonna tugenda kulaba ku gavumenti empya gyembeera gye tugenda okulinda waneeyo. Nze Sennabulya Juma kiseeyeeye jjajja wa Eddy Mutwe.
Twagala okulabula Paalamenti etteeka ly'emugenda oyisa abaka ba Paalamenti ligenda kunyigiriza abaana bammwe. Muyinza okuba mwe mukolera gavumenti eno naye abaana bammwe tebagenda kukolera gavumenti. Etteeka ly'emugenda oyisa mubeere beegendereza nti ligenda kukwata ku baana bammwe kuba tumanyi nti bali mu myaka gyegimu egyaffe gye tulimu. N'olwekyo mubeere beegendereza mukwata Eddy Mutwe ne musibira mu basement n'abaana bammwe bajja bateeka mu zi basement. N'olwekyo mubeere beegendereza nga muyisa etteeka eryo.
Yanza tweyazege musajja gwe kyekiriwo katugende tubeeko ku bakanso naye nga byebyo abantu ebibabamu Eddy Mutwe embeera gyalimu mumulabye siwakwogerera nti kino tukyogerewe kya tetubikirira bintu bimu bibeera live bw'oba osobola okwerabirako nogamba kino kyeboogere kikyamu oba kituufu. Eddy Mutwe akankana siriyasira akankana.
You recall we made an application before our worship. The first time he was arraigned before court. It was very apparent he required specialized medical attention. The same order was granted, and we've noted that the necessary specialized treatment is not available in Emasaka Central Prison. For reasons that since he was remanded, he has not received any medication except for painkillers. We've attempted to get a medical report from this prison. They have always referred us back to the Commissioner General of Prisons and Mukootti. It's against that background that today when we appear, it was very apparent under the law an accused person is required or has a right to be present at all times when he's before court. But today it was very clear Edward Sebuf was in a condition where he could not appreciate what was happening, was not following, save for his lawyers following on his behalf. So he gets two specific prayers this afternoon. One, that Committal should be deferred until such a time when we can appreciate court proceedings. That was denied. The second prayer was for him to obtain specialized medical attention. You'll understand that we are talking about both medical and psychiatric health. His biggest problem actually is psychological. It's very apparent. That's why he will not follow it. He will not appreciate. His command, we would ask him one thing, he would respond on another. It was very clear. It was not coordinated in speech, was not coordinated in appreciation of what was happening. So that is why precisely we made this application. And it's good that we've obtained an order from court for him to be transferred to Action Day, and we believe this one will be obeyed. We're going to follow up by tomorrow. It should be in Action Day in the cities to handle him. The will seemed to be there, but the capacity was not. In such a condition, from day one, first the law does not allow a person tortured in the state that he was to even attend any proceedings. First, in the justice, law and order sector, once a prisoner is in such a state, they should not even be produced in court. But we could not proceed on that ground because we wanted him before court, especially that this is the first time that the world is seeing him in the state, because the previous time, the moment, the public was not given a chance to attend court. And in coming to court, to give the court the advantage and chance to appreciate the condition that is undergoing. It is only against that background that the court will make the right decision that he will make after having analyzed his medical state. It's on record, even from the state, that he is not in proper